All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Glassman's world. This is Dan the Glassman, and we're about to get started here. Let's try this again. I've been having some difficulties. I don't know if it's because of the weather, if my internet's going out. I should have internet here on my phone. I don't know why I don't have service, or if it's just what I don't know. I just reset the phone. Let's see if that works. Hopefully we don't go in and out. I'll do the best I can with it if we do start going in and out. So thanks for tuning in and watching. We're gonna start making a few things here. I'm not even sure what I'm gonna work on. As you can see, the title of the video, turning down large orders isn't what I want to do. So yeah, let's talk about that. So I actually thought I was gonna start working on this bulk order here, which I can still continue to make and make and make as many of these as I want, because I know no matter what, they're going to sell. They're going to continue to sell. I don't have to worry about that. I just need to continue making more and more different styles, or not styles, but different variations of colors, and continue making them. So what I'm talking about is the glass balloons. So glass balloons, guys, is one of those things that I'm really trying to push out there and promote, and really to get this thing launched. Basically, what we used to do at Spaceport Pros is we would launch everyone into cyberspace, right? Get everyone online and be able to get their businesses going to where they can streamline it into cyberspace and online and get out there. And so I really need to hone in on what I've learned on Business 101 and marketing and sideways sales and promotions and all the things I learned about Jeff Walker and his product launch formula and getting a lot of people set up. I know when I left Spaceport Pros over there, that they were getting the business academy going, and they had a lot of people going through the business academy, learning about Business 101 and how to make sales, how to make sideways sales, and how to actually build your list and do all these things. And so yeah, glass balloons is something that I hope to be proving out here very soon and getting it out there. Now, one thing that I learned is to be careful in business. You know, you don't want to overstep your own productivity. You know, hey, what's going on, Scooby Doo? Thanks for tuning in. So you don't want to overstep like your own your own productivity and what you can really produce and create out there and be able to offer. You know, and I've learned this. I've learned that in the 29 years of blowing glass, you know, some things I can do very easily, and of the deal. It being that I'm a one-man shop, a one-man operation here, and doing all the art, doing all the, all of doing everything. You know, hey, what's going on? Seven Stacks, I see you're here. And so you know what it takes to actually make the business successful. You know, that's the part that, I can sit here all day and I can just produce glass and keep on making glass. But if I'm not here able to sell it and to make my clients happy, to make them pleased, that's where I can easily fail. You know, I can make glass all day and do all kinds of stuff. But if I do not follow through on orders, And if I do not follow through with sending out products, like I know that you guys are probably here wondering what's going on with the giveaway glass and everything and things like that. And so, we have to be able to follow through with our word and with our orders and being able to get those things out in a timely manner and stuff like that. And just to talk about that real quick, I will be getting those orders out as soon as possible. And by that, I mean, I need to really be able to get some sales up and going. And I'm not meaning you guys need to put any contributions or anything into this, but me personally, I need to focus on my orders. I need to focus on getting some income back in. For the last few weeks, we've had some weather hit us here in New Mexico and Albuquerque, and the snow came in. And when I don't have a lot of sales going with my glass, what I do is I do a lot of yard work on the side, and that's what really helps to pay the bills. And I lost a lot of days, close to $1,000 lost in jobs, and so I kind of fallen behind financially. And at the same time, I've got like a day or two to take care of a storage situation where basically I got to pay them, I think in the next like day or two, by today or tomorrow, to basically get all my stuff out. And so I'm focusing on that right now. And I also have a personal issue going on with my father being in the hospital. And my brother, luckily, he's able to take care of most of that. Without a vehicle, I'm not even able to get over there and see him. I thought I was going to see him today. That didn't work out. So I have a full plate right now, or several plates going on. So when I can get grounded again, I will definitely send out all of the giveaways, all of the prizes. I actually do have Scooby-Roo. I believe I have you and your daughters all set up and ready to go. And I believe I have Dawson's all ready to go. And then everyone else who's won actually needs to get a hold of me. So I'm still waiting on individuals who won, all of the subscribers and winners, to get back and contact me on their winning videos. So, if they won on day 20, or if they won on day 1, or whichever day they won on, we congratulated them. I may have to go back in there and make sure that they are all tagged, and make sure that everyone is able to get back to me so I can get those orders out. But I do have like 2 or 3 of you guys ready to go and in the box here. So I just need to get them packaged and in a box and then ready to be shipped. And right now it's just a little financial delay on my part. And I'm not asking you guys to do anything or pay shipping or anything like that. But I'll get them out as soon as possible. And it's great, like right now there's also Thanksgiving coming up, and like we just got one thing after another, huh? But so is life. I'll be okay. We'll be able to get situated again here. I'll get back to work, and I've got other things that I can do besides the yard jobs and stuff. I may just have to tell all my clients, hey, I'm probably going to have to step away from doing all the yard jobs and then just focus on some other things that I do on the side, like the Norwex, and offering the house cleaning and all that stuff. And so, yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on. And that's part of this video. It's turning down large orders isn't what I want to do. What I wanted to title it is turning down large orders sucks. But I didn't know if that would hurt my algorithm or get me kicked off or anything like that. I don't know if you can use that kind of wordage on your titles. But yeah, right now, I'm really in need of getting some really large wholesale orders going and making those happen. And I thought I had one. You know, I was recently talking about one, and you know, it may not be a complete loss, but these individuals contacted me. They said they had a balloon fiesta or festival coming up next year in July, which gives me plenty of time to get a lot of the order done and all the balloons made and everything. You know, a lot of time, right? All the way till next July. So I figured, okay, let me sit here and try to make as many of these as I can. If I can get into the whole routine of making a dozen of these a day or more, if I can make 2 dozen, that would be awesome. If I can do a dozen in the morning and a dozen at night, that's what I'd like to get again. I do believe I have your address. I have all the emails. So if you sent emails, I've saved them. I've put stars on those for notifications to know to get back to them right away. So you're not lost in the abyss of emails. And my bad, I do believe I haven't really replied to anyone or any, because I didn't want to have to explain all that. I just wanted to get the orders out. But yeah, I probably should let everyone know, hey, your orders are coming. Make sure I have everyone's orders set up. And also, Scooby-Roo, I believe you were the one who sent me a list with all of the winners. Day number 5. Can you please double check and verify that you may have put yourself down there when I believe that it was who won twice in a row. It was our first double back winner, I believe. And so on my list here, I have number 5 as Spirit Baby Kale, and then number 6 is Spirit Baby Kale. Number 7 is Scooby-Roo, and number 8 is Scooby-Roo, and then number 10 is Scooby-Roo. And so I just want to make sure that I'm not wrong in that video day. I can even pull it up for you to make it easy. Just give me a moment. Let me finish this, and I'll pull up the video just so you can verify that I am not wrong in what I'm listening to and seeing and everything like that. Because I don't want to be wrong, and then the thing is on that one, I think you had listed the balloon, which then I'm wondering where the balloon came in, and I'm still going to give you the balloon. I'm still going to send it, but it may have been like something that was like overlooked and thinking that it was part of it, and I don't know. You know, it was really hard to keep track of it all during those 30 days, and when I was half asleep in the middle of the night, going through Balloon Fiesta and everything. So yeah, you know, I just wanted to just verify it and make sure that I'm not wrong. And you know, I went over, I watched a lot of the videos to just double check and see. But I still don't have several individuals their prizes. So, but yeah. Getting these orders is definitely going to help me with getting out these free giveaways and stuff like that too. So continuing on with what happened, I was contacted by these individuals, I believe from Iowa, Indianapolis, Iowa, not Indianapolis, Indiana, which is interesting. And it might be Indianapolis or something a little different or whatever, but they got a hold of me and they said, hey, we love your balloons, we're interested in your balloons, we need and I let them know, like, hey, okay, yeah, like these are them. These are my basic balloons. Sent them an image, a picture of them. Um, Let them know the price points on them, and they said they had to get a hold of um, their CEOs and have their meetings and everything and figure out what their budgeting is for their event in July coming up next year, and that they would be able to get back with me and everything. And so I gave them the price point so they would be able to talk to their CEOs and determine, you know, what their budgeting would be able to cover and afford and everything like that, you know, and they could figure out their profit margin and all that. And so they got back to me after we contacted each other and everything, and they explained to me that what they thought they had seen were the Christmas ornament size balloons that they thought were these ones here. They were just in a case. They weren't next to any sort of size comparison. You know, they didn't have any money, any coins, like any quarters or anything near them. A lighter, have a ruler there. I didn't have my hand in the photo. So I can completely understand the mistake, which I need to also make sure that I don't make that mistake again, and verify that these images, when I send them, they know that these balloons are only about an inch and a half long or tall, and that they're necklaces and they're not Christmas ornaments. However, I can make Christmas ornaments. I just don't know if I can make them in bulk. Okay, thank you for verifying that, Scooby-Roo. It was Baby Cow. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, and for all your help and everything, I'm still going to send you that balloon out. The blue and white one, I believe, is the one that you finally decided on or swapped out with the red and white one. And so I have that one in with all of yours. So while you're here today, we can actually verify that I have, well, we can't show one of them, right? Or is it two of them? The mushroom and the other one, special one. So, wait, I'm sending it to you, and then you can hide what you need to hide. So it'll be addressed to you. You hide what you need to hide, and then you can give the other prizes to your daughter. Since I'll be sending those all out at once in one package. But I really appreciate your help with that list, because then it was able to get me to double verify everything, and yeah, it's good to also check that, you know, and make sure. You sent me something that I wasn't sure of, and bam, that's it. Yeah, and I know you got a jelly, you got a balloon, and then the snowman was one of those ones that we decided we would let go to your daughter for winning one of those evenings. And then I don't know what else there was. Those two that I mentioned. Awesome, perfect. We're on the same page. And I'll package them like separately, so that way you can just grab them real quick if you want. And I'll make sure that those ones are in with yours, with your glass winnings, all your prizes. That was a lot of fun doing that, and I really miss doing that. But I really can't afford to just do giveaways all the time, every day, every night. Maybe eventually I can do that. and I can afford it. But for right now, that was fun to celebrate the 1,000 subscribers mark. I guess when we reach 2,000 subscribers, we'll do it again. And then, like I said, probably for Christmas, 12 days with Christmas, I think I can do that again. I just got to make sure I can figure out. I got to subsidize and figure out where my income is going to be coming in to cover what I've been missing out and losing because of the snow. Today we just had some rain, and so my client decided it was a little too wet this morning, and I was like, okay, like I'm still down to work in the wet, in the rain, sometimes in the cold, in the wind. It all depends, but I used to live off grid, and we didn't have an option of, oh, we can't work today. Like, no, if you got to finish digging that outhouse, it doesn't matter if it's going to rain or snow or whatever. You got to go finish doing your job and get it done. If you got to put a roof on the tiny home or the extra shed or the building or whatever to get everything out of the weather, like there is no let's wait. So I'm used to, hey, what's up, Savages? I see you're here. So yeah, you can't just like, I'm used to working in any kind of condition. But then again, I also like to have those days sometimes where I can take to myself and not have to be out in the cold, If I don't have to force myself, then that's awesome. Hi everyone, I don't see why the necklace balloons can't be ornaments as well. They just need shorter, different string of ribbon. That's what I plan to do. Oh yeah, no, see, and that's the thing is the individuals that saw these, saw these, they just saw the photo of them in the case without having any sort of size comparison. And they thought that they were ornament size, this size. So they came back to me and they asked me, hey, we thought that they were this size. Do you think you can make those for us instead? And I was like, at first I was like, yeah, I can make Christmas ornaments. And I told them that this weekend was last weekend. I didn't even get around to making them yet. I told them that I'd make several of them to see how long they would take me to make and what kind of price point I could give them, and also different color variations. But usually my Christmas ornaments only have one color, and I like to keep them beautiful and elegant with just the white on the clear. There's something about the white and the clear. I don't know. I can make any kind of ornament. I can put all kinds of different colors and all kinds of stuff. But then that changes the pricing, and then that changes the whole mass production and changes what I am used to mass producing. So it would then change up my whole, the rhythm of what I do. Like right now, making this, I'd have to be pulling big points, using bigger glass, which my arm, my shoulder, my rotator cuff, physically, I don't think can handle yet. I just finished physical therapy last Thursday. That was my final day. That's an update. And yeah, my physical therapist said that my shoulder is a lot stronger, a lot better. I even asked him, I was like, well, what do you think about me doing like push-ups and those kind of things, isometrics, maybe pull-ups, things like that? And he was like, well, just instead of doing it flat on the ground, maybe start working like pushing against the wall first, standing up, or maybe in an inclined position first rather than going right onto the floor. And I was like, yeah, that makes total sense. I don't want to mess up what I've already put in, And so yeah, I actually just right before this video, I just replied back to those individuals who contacted me, and I let them know I am so sorry, but I do not believe at this time that I can actually make Christmas ornaments for you in bulk by next July. I don't want to overdo it, you know, after I've just rebuilt my shoulder up to where I feel it's getting stronger. Right now, I haven't had any numbness. This whole time that I've been blowing glass right now and holding this, I've had no numbness at all, right? And the thing is when I'm spinning bigger glass, that takes a lot more muscle, and that's actually what I believe caused my shoulder to go out in the first place and cause issues with, well, not go out, but you know, to where I had to basically step back from making the things I used to make. And then when I had that issue, the injury and the assault and the attack recently in May, then that's what really like exasperated the whole injury and really made it to where I was like, man, I can't even hold my arm up, and like every time I'm going to bed at night it goes numb, when I'm sleeping on it goes numb, when I'm trying to work it goes numb. So now because of that, I can't even take these large orders, which I need to actually, oh, hey, that's a great reminder. I got to remember to let the attorneys know and let the judge know and everyone who's involved know that I had to turn down a large order. Like, wow, I didn't even think about that till right now. So, hopefully in the future, you know, like I said, I'm not getting any numbness right now. My shoulder's getting built back up, you know, but I've also learned to keep moving my arm back and forth, left and right, make sure I'm stretching my arm out, you know, making sure that I'm not overdoing it too much, not letting it get tight. And also, um, I need to get to a point where I can afford to get some physical some massage therapy going, some like sports therapy, and actually help me with building my shoulder back up while I'm doing isometrics and maybe some light weight training and things like that. But yeah, I would love to be able to make these ornaments and do them in bulk. The only other thing about making these in bulk is sending this compared to sending this. I can send 10 of these in the same amount of space as one of these. So shipping is going to get a lot more expensive, which that I'd have to pass that on to the buyer, of course. And then my packaging, it's going to change up how I ship these out. You know, in a big old, I've never sent a box bigger than like a 1 by 1 foot. So it would change up things. It would change up the whole paradigm on what I'm doing with glass balloons and what I'm used to doing. And I don't want to change it up because I want to be able to just make these, because these are going to be able to sell and go anywhere, to any shop, any festival, any spot there is, and not having to worry about taking on basically a custom order, being asked to make Christmas ornaments rather than making the necklaces. To me, it's a custom order. It's it's a special request. And at this time, I don't think I can do it. I don't want to risk my shoulder and put my shoulder through a lot of stress. But, you know, that's a lot of money that I'm turning away, because we're talking about me making 1,000 to 2,000 of these for that festival. Well, that's my assumption. They're going to be there for 10 days, and they have a lot of people that come through. So, but I don't know. I don't know if that's how many they can sell. I know I can sell dozens of these, but thousands, that's a whole different game. That's a whole different ballpark. And thank you so much. Those would be beautiful, that big, but expensive. And the thing is, I actually sell these for $20, $30 when I turn them into balloons, when I keep them simple, when I keep them clear and one color. Once I start adding a second color, that's $5 more. And then when you do wholesale, well then I gotta try to compensate and make sure that I'm getting my bottom line in and making sure it's worth my time and my energy. But it'll be a little too physically demanding for me at this time. So I have to say no, and I have to turn down a really large order, which sucks. And that's what I wanted to title this video, is turning down large orders sucks. Ah. But that's okay, because this is just the beginning for glass balloons. Even though I've been making glass balloons since 1999, this is just the beginning, guys. 25 years later, and this is just the beginning. I'm going to really focus on getting these made, getting these out there to the world, to all kinds of different balloon events, balloon fiestas, festivals. Right now, they had the Ponce de Leon festival down in Mexico, and a lot of friends were down there. A lot of our balloon friends, a lot of people that I follow, and we watch their adventures throughout the year. You know, even though Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta is over, there's still so many balloonists out there on their adventures around the world, and I love to watch them and to follow them and support all that. I could bring that to you guys if you'd like. You know, we had a good time following the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. I could show you guys online different events, different festivals, show you different photos and different journeys. You know, the whole balloon talk on what is it, Facebook, balloon talk. They always post up all kinds of stuff and all kinds of adventures there. I'm in so many different groups, ballooning groups around the world and all that. So yeah, what do you guys think about that? Should I do that? I mean, it'd probably be important actually for me to do, focusing on these events and festivals. You know, we could turn it on in the background. We could have the screen going with a different festival as I'm making glass balloons here, talking about the events. This morning I saw a dawn patrol, which didn't include us, which did not include Polar Dawn. And it's so sad. I'm like, oh, there's our friends right there that usually we set up next to. And they're all doing dawn patrol and we're not there. But I wonder where our pilot is now. It's going to be like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Except we'll be, where in the world is Rick Jones? Following Rick Jones and his adventures. I wonder what he's going to be getting into. I actually need to contact him. Rick, if you're watching, I'm sorry I haven't called you yet. I think you should. Scooby-Roo thinks I should follow the different ballooning events. I think they'll be fun. You know, Rick Jones, he got to go through one of the, he got invited to fly down in the, I believe in the Andes, during the 2011. Was it in 2011 when we had the eclipse? The big old solar eclipse. And he got featured in these posters. I actually have the poster. That's something else I could do, is I could share the different like mementos and little memorabilia and things like that that I've collected over the years. They just become a balloonatic channel here, huh? I love it. I know there's a lot of people in this world who love ballooning and hot air balloons, and that's not a bad idea. I'm in a lot of different groups like the YouTube groups on Facebook that, they talk about like what you can do to optimize your growth, get viewers in, this and that, blah, 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 all of. And then every time you post on there, then you just get some guy from like some random country saying, message me, direct message me for this and for that. And they just want to like make money off of you and sell you some product or whatever. Tell you something that, oh, your channel sucks. You need to do this and you need to do that. You need to buy subscribers. You need, like, what? And so these groups are just, I don't know, they're kind of a waste of time on Facebook. From my experience, they're a huge waste of time. I simply just share my content, and I'm like, hey, what do you guys think of this video, or what do you, or that, and just ask a question, and then no one even watches it. I hardly get any subscribers. So the other day, I posted up I posted up this post saying, hey, aren't we supposed to be helping each other here in these groups and this and that? It's like, why is it whenever I post up my links to my videos and to my channel that none of you ever go to visit, none of you ever subscribe, none of you ever watch? It's like, if anything, at least like comment and say something rude or tell me how awful my channel is or how bad it sucks. And now, because I said that, I got all kinds of interaction. These are little tricks that I do. I already know that I'm going to get all kinds of people talking all kinds of crap, all these trolls, right? And they're going to come at me. And I'm already like, I'm the one who's trolling them with the post. It's a reverse psychology troll post. It's fun. And what it does is it ups my algorithm. It gets people to start commenting and all this stuff. And then I just interact back with them. And so now it's going to boost up all the different posts that I've had in these groups, and every time that I share, it's going to help my algorithm a little bit more and a little bit more. Reverse psychology on the masses, guys. Because I know how all these things work, because I used to work at Spaceport Pros, where we taught people about how to do sideways sales and the whole business marketing 101, the Jeff Walker product launch formula, problem solution path, creating a problem and turning it into solutions. I created a problem by getting under people's skin, and now I simply just talk to them and be real, and then I just smooth it all out and be like, hey, just check out the video. And then what happens is they actually go and they check out my channel, because then they find out, oh, you actually do live streaming Glasspoint, and you just kind of hang out and it's kind of cool. At least that's what people think, I guess. Some people think I'm cool. Not everyone. I got a lot of fans and a lot of frenemies. Frenemies. Because we got a lot of Facebook friends, right? They're the ones who always like troll you. You're like, well, why are you even on my list? Like, why? Just to do this? Okay. Even family members. I got family members who do that all the time. They don't ever post anything positive, and then they just wait, and then finally they have something that they got to criticize or whatever. It's like, geez, never anything positive, always negative. So I learned to do a reverse troll on everyone, and I will get my algorithm up that way. It's fun. I like to play these online games. I'm a tactical cyber pilot. I taught people how to do these things. I taught people how to build up their SEO, their search engine optimization, get people to their websites, how to create shock and awe value that makes people really want to watch things. But you got to be careful because it gets you in trouble too, right? They give you strikes, put you in Facebook jail, all those fun things. But it's okay because they have to do their job, and if we step out of line, they got to do their job, right? And that's okay with me. I understand it's all part of the game that we're playing here on this online artificial universe we've created. But then it's real, right? Like we're basically speaking through these portals here, able to connect, make things happen, you know? If you're wise, you can be non-monetized and still be able to utilize YouTube in this way and still be able to generate sales, figure out how to get people to send in different ways, you know, PayPal, donations if they want to help support you in those ways. Which I've always been one to never really ask for donations. What I do is I just ask for people to just support my business. I don't like to ask for handouts. I prefer to get just, you know, make something for you, I get it to you, you pay me, and we're good. And then I don't feel like I owe you anything, and you got what you wanted, and everyone's happy. Alright, so speaking of these large orders and things, I used to stay focused on wholesale bulk orders. Back in the day, in 2010, I got involved in the e-cig industry, and I was the creator of the world's first glass drip tips, world's first in quotations, meaning that someone else had, I guess, developed or created some before me, but did not get them out onto the market. I was able to get them out to the world market to have them available globally through the etheg.com. They're still around and available. John, my old friend from high school here in Albuquerque, runs the etheg.com. He contacted me in 2010, asked me if I could create a what are they called? The drip tips. He asked me if I could make the first drip tips out of glass because the ones they had were made out of plastic. So I created some, and they were pretty awesome. They were really popular. We sold thousands, tens of thousands, and then it got a little out of hand. Also, it got to the point where he started demanding more and more from me when I was a one-man operation, and he started to hold back on payment and saying that I had to deliver first before payment when we had it set up to where he would send payment, which would allow me to get the supplies and things and be able to ship, to be able to afford to ship out, you know, what he ordered. And then he started holding back, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to create my own website today. And that's what I did. I created a website that day. I said, no, you know what? You can hold your check, and I'm just going to create Cosmic Glass. And I had cosmicglass.com. It might be under freewebs or something now. I don't know. freewebs.com/Cosmic Glass maybe. I don't know. It could still be up. You might be able to find it. And yeah, I started that for a while. And then it got a little bit crazy with orders to the point to where I could not keep up with it, and I could not keep up with the high demand and the attitudes of individuals who didn't understand custom quality work being made one of a kind, one at a time. You know, they thought that this was going to be a quick 3 day, 5 day turnaround when I had it in the website that it took 6 to 8 weeks for orders to be made and completed and then shipped. And people were just a little too impatient, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to making some cool 420 product with all the cool chill people who aren't trying to quit their tobacco, their Nick fix, and like really on edge. I'll just go back to real cool chill people over here, the 420 crowd. So that's what I decided to do back then. But then I pulled away from making some good money. You know, I had a wholesale account where it was like easy 5K a month, no problem. Now I wish I could make like 1 to 2K on orders. You know, that's hard for me to do these days. So I'm really trying to get back to that level of mass production and glass blowing once again, to where we can get out of this paradigm we're in, change our paradigm up, get into a little bit better situation here, not be so crammed into a 2 bedroom apartment basically, which one of the bedrooms I'm utilizing for the studio. So it's basically 1 bedroom, very cramped. But we make it work. We've turned our dining area into a little, uh, basically a second bedroom there. So we've sacrificed our dining room, given that to our daughter so she can have her own space. But yeah, I know we're going to have to eventually get a lot bigger space. I'd love to own some land, our own property, have our own, have our own. That would be wonderful. I know I could live off grid, but my family couldn't, so I'd have to make sure that it was like that luxury style camping, you know? We have to make sure we got heat all the time. But yeah, we'd make a nice rocket stove with a thermal mass heater. We'd have a beautiful cooktop on the 55-gallon drum, have rain barrel catchment systems. We have greenhouses on the south end of the building where you could open up doors or windows and allow for the thermal heating to come in. We could have hot water, passive heating, floor heating. Sub-irrigated floor heating, or not I don't know, is that what it's called? Where you get the sub floor heating with the tubing, and you run that through a compost pile, so where you have natural heat always constant and forever. You make a solar oven in the windows. You know, I used to love cooking in our solar window that I had at Camp Two Dogs. I got videos on that. I'm pretty sure they're up here. Some of the original videos I had made that I had uploaded. I did a lot of uploading back in the day, and now I just do live streaming. But those are some fun videos to check out. See how we brought these like small 10 by 20 lofted cabins in and converted them into like studios. Basically, mine was a work studio, and if I needed to spend the night, I had sleeping anemones set up. So we'd be able to camp out there, but we couldn't live out there. You know, we couldn't live out there permanently. But we could have artist studios, work studios, growing studios like greenhouses and things like that. But to actually like turn it into a living quarters, there's so many different rules and regulations and things on coding and stuff like that. And every county is different, every state's different, every country is different. So yeah, pretty interesting when you can't just simply buy a piece of land and just start building on it. You always got to have the man. The man, watching you, telling you, pay me more if you want a compost pile. You want an outhouse dug, got a rain catchment system, all the above. Yeah, so they come out and they harass you and everything. And once they're on you, then they're on you like hawks. And they won't let you get away with any new builds at that point. And you're like, man, I thought I came out here to live out in the middle of nowhere to be off grid, and still got grandpa telling us what to do. Grandpa. Oh my gosh, is that going to be long enough? Probably not. Let's see. What can I do? Maybe it's going to be enough, because every time I pull these, I don't lay out that whole thing. I just draw it on there. Let's see. As long as I can get in between these 4 rakes right here. So yeah, I'm going to continue making these here. And we're just going to keep on working on getting these large bulk orders once again going. And then also, I have dozens of individuals waiting for me to reply in the Glass Balloons direct messenger, asking if I can make their specific balloons. So I'm going to be pretty busy here throughout Christmas, because I'm going to try to make sure I get all those requests done for Christmas. I'm sure a lot of them are going to be for gifts for other individuals. So I'll do my best to get those out. And I will make the Christmas ornaments, but only from time to time, and only from special orders and special requests. I don't think I can make them in bulk. I don't even know if I can do like a dozen of them in a whole set. You know, usually I just make them at $20 a piece and $30 for the hot air balloon style. But Jess, you're right as far as using the smaller ones for Christmas ornaments. We actually use a smaller tree. We have cats, and so I use a tiny little 2 or 3 foot tree. I think it's 2 foot. And I actually hang it up on our wall. I secure it to the wall so only the front side, well, the front and the sides are decorated, and the whole back side is just flattened up against the wall. So that's what we do, and that's pretty cool. And we have a small tree with small ornaments, but not everyone has a small tree. But you can definitely use these little small ones for ornaments, but they have Christmas ornaments, and that's the thing. Oops, I didn't mean to adhere that to that. There. So, you know, there are people who make Christmas ornaments, and there are individuals who make these soft glass balloons. Now, that's one thing that I haven't done is priced out what the soft glass balloons are and how much those are compared. Because I've seen those made, and I know that those are sold in bulk. Discovery Balloons has them out there at the field in Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta, the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. And they have them at their shop in Old Town. So I can go probably online and check out what their pricing is for those. And then maybe I can find out what the wholesale pricing, if I can get a hold of a few glassblowers who make those, and if they're willing to let me know what they ask on their wholesale end. But soft glass compared to borosilicate is completely different. And the soft glass is usually a lot more affordable than the borosilicate glass. But I really wish that I could make these ornaments for them. I really wish I could make them in bulk orders and be able to ship them in bulk, but that was the other deciding factor on having to turn down such a large order, was I am not prepared for the shipping on these yet. It would take a lot more bubble wrap, it would take a lot more material, a lot more paper, a lot more packaging in order to get them out, and I'm not prepared to do that. And yes, I know I have months and months to do so, but I also don't know if my shoulder is prepared to do so. So I did leave it open and let them know, not at this time, but maybe in the near future, and I'll let you know if my situation with my shoulder changes. So I did let them know that. So that way it's not a complete loss and a total loss. And I'm not burning that entire bridge there. And I let them know still that these are still also available if they'd like to go this route. Which I would prefer. That way it doesn't change up any of my game and what I have to do as far as getting new tools, because if I start doing the ornaments, I would actually buy a new holder, a claw grabber that would handle the ornaments a lot better than the one that I have, because the one I have is pretty rinky-dink. I make it work, but if I'm going to start doing mass production and in bulk, I really need proper tools and proper shipping material. So those are a few deciding factors for me on why I had to turn down such a large order, which I didn't want to do. I was I was procrastinating, didn't want to send that message. I'm like, I'm really gonna tell him no. I'm really gonna tell him I can't come through. That's another thing too, is having to swallow my ego and my pride, because years ago, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Whatever you order, bam, we'll make it happen. You know, I used to make all kinds of pieces all the time and just get them made and ship them out. And now I'm just not sure if that's what I want to do and where I want to go with it. Then again, maybe if I change my price point on what I'm used to with these, which I haven't given a price point on them. But I let them know, being that these are borosilicate, hand-blown glass, they're one of a kind, made one at a time, that they could probably get 40 to 60 on them at a retail value. Compared to my 20 to 30. But I think I should just stand firm and just say, yeah, glass balloons, these are necklaces. Every once in a while, I do offer custom special request Christmas ornaments. But at this time, I don't think my shoulder could really physically handle it. So I'll keep it at the necklaces and also replicating the balloons in the miniatures, which is, the miniatures where it's at. The miniature world, making these things so tiny and so intricately detailed, that's where I really hone in. And it's a whole different thing, when you change up the size of your canvas, you start making larger size pieces of glass, ornaments. It's a whole different thing, and it's not the same. I can't just put two pieces of color together like I do and twist them up like this. I then have to do a complete wrap them around. If I want to get the colors to be precisely in between each other, I have to wrap one, then wrap the other in between those, and yeah. It's a little bit more difficult than simply just, oh yeah, instead of making those, can you make these? I really wish it was that easy. It's like when I make the mushroom pendants and people see that I have a mushroom inside of there and they've never seen how they're made, so they don't know that they naturally just come out in such an awesome way because of physics and the way that we force solid glass into molten glass, and it creates that mushroom effect inside the pendant. and then yeah, maybe they'll see that we can do some tricks to where it looks like we have a flower floating in there as well. And then they ask, oh well, can you put a this or can you put a that in there? And it's like, no, it's not really that easy. Some of these things, they just come together because of the way they're designed and the way things are made. Just pushing a piece of solid color glass into molten clear glass, and it naturally forms into a mushroom within 2 to 3 minutes, and you have a done piece, and then trying to put something else in there like, oh, I want a palm tree in there. Like, yeah, that's gonna be hard for me to do. Can't just put a palm tree in there. But actually, as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, maybe I can.
Hey, Daddy,
so,
you don't want to close this?
No, I don't. I'll be out there in a second. I'll go check.
Yeah.
And so yeah, guys, I might be able to make a palm tree. Never know. Oh, I just put that one down in there and it hit the other two like marbles. Hopefully I didn't crack them. That's always fun. All right, well, I'm gonna take a break here. I got 3 of them made. We're a fourth of the way of making a dozen of them for the day. So 3 in an hour, huh? I can probably do 4 in an hour if I'm not talking so much. Not commenting and reading chats, things like that. But I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching and interacting here. It's always much funner than being in this dungeon all by myself. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get to making a dozen of these in a day, if not more. If I can do 2 dozen in a day, a dozen in the morning, a dozen in the evening, that's where I'd really like to be. So hopefully I can get to that point again. But like I said, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna take a break here and keep this kiln on. We'll get this fired up. You guys have a beautiful day. I'll see you soon on the next video. I'm not sure when I'm going to go live or what it'll be about. But I'm sure it'll be about glass. Have a beautiful day. Love and blessings. I'm out.